Morning, Dietrich.
Hey, Carl, how you feeling?
Well, everything's going okay, except the cold weather gives me an occasional twinge. Hey, guess what the name of that bone is?
The humerus.
Right. What a guess.
Levitt?
Morning, sir.
What are you doing here?
We're just trying to do my bit.
Levitt, I admire your dedication, but you were injured in the line of duty and you're not due back until the department doctor says so.
The doctor said it was up to me, sir. I told him I preferred to stay on the line with you and the rest of my buddies.
It's very warm of you.
Thank you, sir. Sir?
Hi, Barney.
Yes?
I am really sorry. I stopped off at this art gallery. Barn, I had to pick this up or lose it.
Harris, we're going to have to talk about priorities.
You're absolutely right, Barn. I'm really sorry. And I would like to take just this 1 minute to apologize to everyone who's
All
here.
right, Harris.
Barn, it'll never happen again.
All right.
Barney, if you could spare just 1 more minute, I'd really like you to see this. Wait, don't look. If you're gonna look at this, you've got to see it in exactly the right light.
It's interesting.
Isn't it?
What is it?
It's a cat.
Where's the head, the tail, and the body?
That's the artist's name, Andrew Cat. He just signed himself A Cat, double T. This print is called simply Opus 64.
Well, what is it?
It's an Opus 64.
You remember what Nietzsche said, Carl? Art has no need of certainty. The artist may have felt that a cat had been there and gone.
A cat has nothing to do with it. That's just the artist's name.
Yeah, I heard you. I was just thinking that could have been a self-portrait of A Cat, the artist, after he'd been there and gone.
Barney, what do you think?
Well, honestly, I'm not much of a connoisseur, and I'm not at all familiar with the works of Andrew Cat.
Well, I wasn't either. You know, it just caught my eye. Of course, the dealer did say that if I bought an Andrew Cat today, I could double my money tomorrow.
Is that new?
No, he's that old. 88 to be exact. He had a coronary last night. They say he doesn't stand a chance.
I see. When he dies, his works will be that much more valuable.
Probably.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Right, we'll send somebody there right away. Captain, domestic quarrel, husband and wife, violent consummation, assault and battery.
Harris,
Sir,
you and Dietrich.
get right on it.
You know, you may have something. Collection could make a good thing. You're checking the obituaries for dead artists and buying up all that stuff.
Could be.
Remember, there was an artist in the 60s, a guy named Schroeder. Work used to go for peanuts. He died in 76.
Yeah? What's a Schroeder worth now?
Peanuts.
Then why'd you bring it up?
Just seemed apropos.
Look, man, I am a collector, not a vulture. I bought this picture because I like this picture. And if this old geezer lives, then that's just his damn luck.
Well, here, Mr. Kopechny.
I've got nothing to say.
Well, that's your privilege.
But we're gonna need some information.
I just want to die.
Sit down and relax, Mr. Kopechny. Breaking a window's not a capital offense. What the hell was that?
What?
That noise that you... You been in here before, Mr. Kopechny?
Yeah.
About, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
You thought you were a werewolf? We sent you to Bellevue, yeah?
Yeah.
So
They cured me. I'm not a werewolf anymore.
and what was that little growl?
That wasn't a werewolf.
And what was it?
The demon.
What demon?
I'm possessed.
Whoa, Joe. Really?
Yeah, I know, Martin. Listen, I was window shopping at Siegel's department store, and Mr. Kopechny here threw a garbage can through the window. You remember Mr. Kopechny?
Oh, it's familiar.
Yeah, Stefan Kopechny.
Stefan, right. What,
About 5 years ago, he thought he was a werewolf. Now he says he's possessed by a demon.
It's true. I am.
Barney?
Something going down?
Something coming up.
Don't rush me.
Mrs. Griswold. Captain Miller?
this is our battered wife?
It's a battered husband this time.
I'm not hurt, Captain. It's these tight jeans.
If you pardon my asking, what are you wearing them for?
To please Roy, he gave them to me. You don't think I'd buy these for myself, do you?
Roy Griswold is on his way down to sign a complaint. He needed a few stitches.
I put a dent in his fat head with my coffee mug. It said Cynthia on it.
Oh?
My name is Norma. Cynthia's his first wife. He's always comparing us, talking about her. He even put a picture of her in our bedroom.
She was wearing tight jeans. She had the figure for it, too.
So did I when I was 12. That coffee mug this morning. That was the last straw. I asked him to buy me one. He puts her name on it. Oh, God. I can't even pace angrily in these.
Harris, you should have let her change.
But she insisted that you see what provoked the attack.
Mrs. Griswold, I'm afraid there is no such thing as justifiable assault.
You don't know Roy.
Yeah, well, that'll be up to a judge to decide. Sergeant Harris is going to have to book you.
It was worth it.
Why don't you sit down?
You've got to be kidding.
Mrs. Griswold can stand.
Stitch in time. Mrs. Griswold, would you like to, just stand right over here, please?
Thank you.
Getting it all down, Barn.
Was that a growl?
Yeah. Mr. Kopechny, this is Sergeant Dietrich. He believes he's possessed.
How come?
I fell asleep in the subway last night. I was alone in the car.
You're lucky.
And then suddenly I smelled sulfur. And then I realized I wasn't alone in the car. Someone was sitting next to me. Malevolent eyes. Foul smelling.
There's a lot of people like that on the subway.
He told me his name was Belial.
Milk cold. Can still be of service, even though I'm off duty. Sergeant Harris?
Thank you.
Sergeant Dietrich? Looks like some early Christmas cards.
Christmas! peace on earth, garbage!
All right. I'm going to call the FBI. Destroying U.S. mail is a federal offense.
It's all right, Paul. The devil made him do it.
What?
I'm going to put you in a cage now, Mr. Capelli. Come on.
What got into him?
Now what?
Who?
What a mess.
What was that racket out there?
It's Kopechny. He's flipping out again. He's going in the cage now.
Why do they turn sick people loose? We just have to ship 'em right back.
Well, I'll call Bellevue.
Oh, wait. He doesn't want to go back to the hospital. He wants to be exorcised by a priest.
Wonderful.
What is happening with this guy?
Well, Joe, I don't know. It's none of our business. Turn it over to Bellevue.
This guy is not unique. Virtually every known culture has attributed this type of antisocial behavior to the invasion of the body by powerful demons. Because I don't have to tell you that.
Dietrich.
And he says there's this other guy involved. A guy named Belial.
Belial?
Belial, alias Abaddon, Beelzebub, Lucifer,
Come on.
Mephistopheles, Satan, Old Nick.
Dietrich, no judge is going to buy possession as a line of defense.
Well, it was just used in a Connecticut murder case.
Really?
You know what they say, Bob. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Excuse me.
Oh, hello, Captain.
Mr. Kopechny, remember we helped you last time?
Oh, yes, sir.
We'd like to help you again.
Bellevue.
Yeah.
I'm not going back there.
Come on, Mr.
This is
Kopechny.
beyond their power. It is beyond my power. It's beyond your power.
they helped
This
you
is
last-
beyond any power on earth. Ah!
You need medical attention.
I want a priest! I want this demon torn out of me! Give me a priest! Give me a priest! Give me a priest! Ah!
Roger, get on it, will you? Mr.
I want a priest! Give me a priest! Ah!
What's going on?
It's ringing. Put me on hold.
Try another line!
Forget it, Roger. Get him a priest.
Good morning, Wojo.
Yeah, Father. Clement, Tepman wants to talk to you right away.
You've been attending Mass regularly?
Well,
That's my answer.
You know, I thought about studying for the priesthood once.
you changed your mind.
Couldn't stand being celibate.
Well, how do you know? You don't have to be until after you're ordained.
I practiced.
For how long?
4 hours.
Is that all?
Told you I couldn't stand it.
Hello, Norma.
Cynthia's husband.
Sarcasm doesn't become you, Norma.
How do you know what becomes me? The only thing we have in common is we're both chafed.
Yeah? And I've just had 12 stitches and a tetanus shot.
You had it coming. You better face it, Roy. You cannot have two women at the same time.
Not if you want to be sharp the next day. Sorry.
12 Precinct, Sergeant Dietrich. Hold on a moment. Ron, it's for you. Mount Sinai Hospital. It's Andrew Katz's nurse.
Oh, I called earlier. Just wanted to see how the old boy was. Sergeant Harris here. How's he doing? Great. Full recovery? Oh, say that's great. Isn't that great?
That's just great.
That's just great. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Look, Cynthia and I were both kids when I married her. This gorgeous little cheerleader with legs up to here and those pom-poms.
Roy, you loved her.
Everybody did. Of course, I didn't find that out in time to stop it.
You want to sign this complaint, Mr. Griswold?
Will she be able to leave?
Leave here or leave you?
Here.
No.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm a writer. I'm used to rejection.
I guess I'll have to get used to it, too.
You know, Captain, all these years in the department, it made me more a policeman than a priest. Talking down jumpers, talking hoods into releasing their hostages. I've done most of my sermons through a bullhorn. The other day, a supplicant came up to me and said he wanted to confess. I told him he had the right to remain silent.
There you are, you white-collared hypocrite.
My son, you asked for a priest?
Watch it, mackerel snapper. You come any closer, I'll consume you in the flames of hell.
How can I help you, Mr. Kopechny?
Help Kopechny! He's mine! Beat it. You don't have any power here.
Whoever you are, my power is greater than yours.
You're full of prunes.
That's not nice.
Really, Northmore?
It's making this very difficult.
You're doing fine.
I'm trying. My son, we have all faced the demon of loneliness and anxiety.
Demon of loneliness! Demon of hell!
Why did you leave us in the light of our faith?
I'm not going anywhere, you flatulent old fraud.
All right, hey, now you watch it. There's no need to get personal.
Why don't you crawl back to your confessional, you pious pervert?
How'd you like a good smack in the mouth? Respect the man. You gotta respect the uniform. Is that right? That's right.
So am I. Take your faith and shove it over. Turn on his sights. Take it. How many takes you think I'm getting caught in it? Take it easy.
How could I do that? How could I raise my hands to another? I can't call myself a priest.
Hey, why not? Look, you did a hell of a job.
Barney, boys from Bellevue are downstairs.
Won't you take him down?
Yeah.
Father, it would be really helpful if you went with him.
Thank you. I think I've done quite enough already.
But, Father...
Father, are you a priest?
Yes, and he's a good one, too.
Oh, Father, could you spare some of your time? I need your help desperately.
Okay, let's give it another whack.
Oh, bless you, Father.
Okay, here we go, Mr. Becky. Come on.
You see, it all started in the subway. No. It all started many years ago in... I don't know. I just get so confused.
Oh, forget it. It happens. It happens. Let's start again. Slowly.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Very well put.
I guess we're all possessed by our own demons.
Okay, here we are. Come on, let's go.
I feel so embarrassed.
You get over it.
What do we got, Wood?
This is Alice Grant. It's Captain Miller.
It's Grant?
She propositioned me over on Broadway.
Oh.
Asked me if I wanted to go for a roll in the hay.
Don't people say that anymore?
Not in this neighborhood, no.
Well, nobody told me. Actually, this is my first time. I didn't even know what to wear.
You did okay.
You know, you'd think the other girls would be a little helpful.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
I don't suppose there's any kind of a training program.
Not in the formal sense. No, would you have a seat, Miss Grant? Well, Joe?
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Gotta get some information first.
You know, you were the first person I approached. You seem to have a hungry look in your eye.
I was going into a restaurant.
Oh, thought it was me.
Address?
136 Mamie Eisenhower Way. Fort Dix, New Jersey.
Wait a minute, are you in the Army?
Should I have mentioned that?
What are you doing hooking in the village?
We get days off. My roommate just moved out of our off-base apartment, leaving me with the rent. And my mother just moved into a nursing home, and I have to send her money. All on a take-home pay of about $5.50 a month. What would you do?
Well, I wouldn't sell my body.
Ever?
Well, all the girls get paid the same thing, don't they? I mean, what do?
They quit. They're not as patriotic as I am.
She's in the Army.
Miss,
Grant. Would you believe it? She says she doesn't make enough money to cover her obligations.
Well, there's a lot of that going around.
There's a lot of people resigning, she says.
Wojo, much as I'm loath to admit it, I don't have a ready solution.
Me either.
Okay, then why don't we call her base and have somebody come down and pick her up?
I'd like to see Reagan squirm his way out of this one.
Come on, Puente, get in here.
How am I supposed to hear a silent alarm?
Get a dog.
Dumbass for company. They had no cameras, no gold watches, no mean coats. Just a bunch of dried up fruit and a crate of Slim Whitman records. You know who he is? He yodels on TV.
Boring.
Yeah, I think so.
Sit down.
Our silent alarm was a break-in. We got him with these.
What are they?
Microprocessor chips. They're the essence of a computer. They formulate each thought to tell it what to do. Each chip can hold millions of functions. There's probably $20,000 worth in it.
You serious?
Yeah.
Delancey Exports, shipped to Walensky Importing Company, Gdansk, Poland. It may be in over our heads. Better call the FBI.
Barney, I thought I could get into it.
I believe you have plenty to do around here.
Nothing truly exciting.
Call the FBI.
Okay, thank you. Well, they're sending someone from the base down to pick you up.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Are they very upset?
They didn't sound too friendly.
Can I help you?
I'm Leo Haddon.
Can I do it for you, Mr. Haddon?
No, you called me.
I did?
Delancey Export. Sergeant Dietrich?
I'm Captain Miller. Dietrich! This is Mr. Haddon, Delancey Exports. You called him?
About a burglary at my warehouse?
You had some goods you were shipping overseas? They're in that box over there. Just want to establish ownership for the burglary report. You ship a lot of things to Poland?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. Some jeans, dried fruit, Bobby Vinton posters.
Microchips?
Dietrich!
Excuse me.
Did you call the FBI?
Yes, sir.
And?
They're on their way down.
Good. Let them handle it.
Yeah, I just wanted,
Yeah, just don't get involved.
I won't tell them anything. How about this? I give them the plot, but I won't tell them who did it. Mr. Haddon, we need your signature on a complaint. We'll have a seat.
You know, this is the first time I've been robbed. I had a watchdog, but he died.
Well, they're still making them. Speaking of watchdogs, do you export a lot of these high-technology microcircuits?
Ah, they're not high technology. They go into electronic amusement games.
Oh, yeah, I love that stuff. That's where you shoot down planes, blow up tanks, wipe out cities.
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Sergeant Dietrich.
Right here.
Oh.
You with the FBI?
Who, me? Oh, my God.
It's not.
My name is Lawrence Oakes. I own Sunny Time Electronics.
Thanks for coming down, Mr. Oakes. Just want to ask you a few questions.
No, look, I'm married. I have 3 children. I'm a veteran. I volunteered.
Did you sell these chips to Mr. Haddon?
Oh, yes, but, yes.
Take it easy, Larry.
He said they were going into games for Polish children. They had nothing to do with the military.
Larry.
That's what you said.
But no one's accusing you of anything, Mr. Oakes.
It's all right. He's just excitable.
We were introduced by my brother-in-law's uncle, and I needed the business. I mean, what's wrong with that? What did I do? I didn't do anything.
This is Mr. Oakes. He sold the chips to Mr. Haddon.
Yeah?
Do you have water? I take pills.
Just take it easy. Right over there. Help yourself.
It's getting interesting.
Yes?
Leo!
Hello, Frank.
Well, you're looking good.
Yeah.
How's the wife?
Great. She asks about you all the time. Yours?
Oh, a little arthritis, nothing serious.
Excuse me. I'm Captain Miller.
Oh, how do you do? Rilling, Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Oh, Mr. Rilling. Well, we may have stumbled into your area, I'm afraid.
Appreciate the call, Captain.
Obviously, you two know each other.
Oh, we're old friends.
Yes.
Boston, San Francisco, Miami.
Hawaii.
What weather?
Yeah.
I had a Hobie cat.
Let me get this straight. Mr. Haddon's in the exporting business.
Mr. Haddon is an agent for the KGB.
He'd never said that on his checks.
I assume you'll be taking Mr. Haddon, Mr. Oakes into custody?
Oh, absolutely.
On what grounds?
Come on, Leo. Microchips designated for Eastern Bloc countries are subject to embargo by the Department of Commerce. You know that.
Well, I've read the commodity control list pretty carefully, Frank. And chips going into amusement devices aren't covered.
Chips are chips. Am I right?
Well, I don't...
No. There are chips that are legal chips, then there are chips that are not legal chips, but not these chips. These chips are legal chips. Please, don't want to go to jail. My wife hardly talks to me now.
We're dealing in unimportant technicality.
Well, I'm not too sure about that now.
Look, why don't you back off and let me handle it?
It's a pretty crude way of putting it. You're in charge here.
Okay.
Look, Mr. Rilling, I'll admit that we're dealing with something that's out of my area. However, this happens to be my jurisdiction, and I would like to know what is going on here.
Yeah, me too.
Shut up.
Hey, I started this.
All right. The point is, are you absolutely certain that it is illegal to export those chips?
If Leo is involved, it has to be.
Department of Commerce would know.
Right. Call him.
You sure you want to get involved?
Just call him.
You must think I'm a real idiot for doing what I did.
Well, I guess you blew your good conduct medal.
I guess. But I'm glad it turned out this way, though. I mean, with you.
How come?
Because, to tell you the truth, I probably couldn't have gone through with it.
Oh, yeah?
Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, sure. I just can't handle the pressure like I used to.
Oh, you're as good as you ever were.
How do I take that?
As a compliment.
Thanks, Leo. I'm getting tired of chasing around the country. At least with Abscam, you could sit down. You know something? I'm going to retire next summer.
Are you serious?
Wouldn't lie to you.
You know, that's funny. I was just thinking about that myself. I made a down payment on a condominium.
Moscow?
Honolulu. You know, some deep-sea fishing, a little golf, lying on the beach.
Might have some time to do first.
You got no case, Frank.
You always say that, Leo.
You, here for the Russian?
The hooker.
Oh. Yeah, if you'll just wait right there, I'll get Captain Miller. Barney. Army's here. Oh. Listen, I'm feeling really bad. I think I should have just let her go.
It's a little late for that, huh?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. The thing is that you could explain the extenuating circumstances to them. Well, just use that commanding, persuasive voice of yours.
Wojo.
Yeah, there, just like that.
I'm Captain Miller.
I'm Sergeant Lake.
Sergeant.
On behalf of the 31st Motorized Infantry Battalion, I would like to apologize for Specialist Grant's behavior.
I only did it because I love the service.
Funny way of showing it.
Excuse me, I'm Sergeant Wojciechowicz, the arresting officer.
Sergeant?
Hi. I'd like to tell you what happened.
Isn't it in your report?
Well, yeah, the cold facts are, but there's extenuating circumstances.
Well, that'll be up to the Army to decide.
At least you could listen to me.
She's out of your jurisdiction.
She's sitting at my desk.
All right, Wojo. Sergeant, if I could see you in my office for a moment.
Sit.
What took you so long?
What I think Sergeant Wojciechowicz was trying to say was that if Miss Grant were not in the Army, we would be inclined to give her a desk appearance ticket and send her home.
But the fact is, Captain, she is in the Army, and what she is trying to sell belongs to the United States government.
I won't dispute that. I just hate to see a career ruined because of one small mistake. Are you aware of her financial problems?
Captain, I command 112 girls, and all of them have problems, and I listen to them all day long. Powdered eggs makes my face break out. Somebody stole my sweat sheet. I mean, I I can't make maneuvers because I got cramps. I mean, the fact is, Captain, that if a woman wants to make a career in the Army, she has to make sacrifices. I mean, God knows I did. 2 years in Guam, sweating like a pig in the Quonset huts while all of those Navy nurses had all of the fun. I didn't earn these stripes in bed, buddy.
I can believe that.
And now, tomorrow, I have to lock these heels and face my CO and tell him that one of my troop was found in a sleazy hotel with a strange man. A bottle of cheap gin on the night table. Soft music playing in the background.
Sergeant?
Bodies caressing each other. Touching. Fondling.
Sergeant?
Sweat. Glistening until it drops off of her dog tag. Until that final moment of rapture.
Sergeant, she was picked up outside a deli. None of that happened.
Well, thank God for that.
Barn, excuse me. James Sybeck from the Commerce Department is here.
Thank you. Excuse me. Mr. Sybeck, I'm Captain Miller. Captain. Mr. Rillings, Mr. Haddon, and Mr. Oakes.
Rillings, KGB. Haddon's FBI.
Just the other way around.
Oh, you're,
Rilling, FBI.
Oh, I like your show. Mr. Sybeck, there seems to be some dispute here with regard to what can be exported and what can't.
Join the crowd. So, where's it going?
Poland. They're microcomputer chips.
Uh-huh. 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 Uh-huh.
Well?
They can't go.
Oh, my God.
They're going to an Eastern Bloc country and they're being used for military purposes, right?
Electronic games.
Uh-huh. Then they can go.
Oh, thank God.
Non-reprogrammable chips can be exported if they're used in amusement devices.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as non-reprogrammable chips if you can afford to reprogram them. According to an industry trade journal, the microprocessors in video games are 5 years more advanced than those generally used by our military.
Is that true? I suppose.
Did you know that?
Well, yes, I had heard something to that effect.
And you sold him that stuff anyway?
If it wasn't me, it would be someone else.
It's a wonderful attitude. So what do we do?
Nothing. For the moment.
What do you mean for the moment?
Well, the commodity control list is always being changed and updated. Try us next month.
By next month, those chips could be in Moscow. And this guy just walks out?
Unless you want an international incident.
Wonderful.
No hard feelings.
You know, Mr. Haddon, the irony of this is that it's only in a country like this one, where the power of law is above all else, that you get to walk out that door.
Frank, have a good life. You've earned your rest.
Leo, take care of yourself.
If you're ever in Honolulu, look me up.
I won't be getting around very much. Rocking chairs, some good books, Catskill Mountains. That's it for me.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Gentlemen?
Honolulu. Pearl Harbor, Schofield Barracks, Hickam Air Force Base. I'm gonna get that sucker if it's the last thing I do.
I think we'll be going now.
Oh, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Police business.
Let's go, Grant.
Thanks for your help.
Look, if you ever get liberty again, We'll have dinner or something.
Oh, I'd like that. And I wouldn't charge you anything.
Nice meeting you, Captain.
My pleasure.
Ever get to Fort Tix, pop me a flare.
Yeah, sure.
Now, let's go, specialist. Move!
Barney, it's almost checkout time. I'm going to split.
Good night.
Good night.
Me too, Barney. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna run Puente down to Tombs, and I'm gonna take off myself.
Okay.
Quite a day, huh?
Gotta be the most exasperating, frustrating experience I've ever been through.
So why'd you...
Hey, little Levitt. Where are we putting these?
Oh, I take it that's your gift of love for a needy child?
Uh-huh.
I guess you can put it over there next to mine.
Oh.
So, what exactly did you select for your lucky wretched urchin?
That's just a little something that caught my eye.
Oh?
Well, it's a set of hand-painted miniatures imported from Germany depicting the March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Oh, of course.
Well, look, I mean, it's just that, when I saw it all laid out there in the store window with the little gingerbread houses, the castle and forest, and just row after row of these finely detailed dragoons and fusiliers, I just thought that some poor kid might really treasure that kind of old Bavarian craftsmanship for a lifetime. So, what's in here?
Same thing.
All right, come on. Just a little further. Here we go, right over here. Okay? Come on.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, I think I can let go of your arm now.
Anytime you're ready.
You know the way.
Come on, you got nothing on me. There's no law that says a man can't protect his store.
That's what you said the last time I busted you.
Well, excuse me for being boring.
Merry Christmas, Bruno.
What's the matter, Miller, huh? You can't let a year go by without dragging me in here?
Apparently not.
Barn. Barn, I want you to meet Ed Pratkin.
Mr. Pratkin?
Hi, Barn.
According to Bruno, when he opened up his business this morning, he found Edward in the middle of the campsite display with a sleeping bag under his arm.
Oh, I was putting it back.
You were ripping me off.
Bruno? What's Bruno being arrested for?
Same old stuff. Criminal possession of a dangerous weapon and assault with intent to barbecue.
Well, see, when we got there, he had Edward on the ground squirming around. He was poking him in the ribs with this. It's a cattle prod.
I felt like I was hit by lightning.
Come on, a couple of hundred lousy volts. My pigeon shrugged that off.
Did you take a statement?
This way, bird brain.
I wasn't trying to steal anything, honest.
What were you doing?
Sleeping. I'm usually up and out by 7:30, but I guess I forgot to set my alarm.
You telling me you've been living in my store?
Only at night.
Barn, there's a disturbance in an office building over on Houston.
You and Levitt.
Okay. Come on a little bit. Got a call.
Thank you.
Hey, Carl, what should I do with my present?
Well, just stick it next to the box of Nazis.
So, you got a place to live, huh?
Yeah, I do.
You're lucky.
Yeah, Edward, it's none of my business. But it seems to me that that you'd save yourself a lot of trouble if you checked into a mission or a flop house or slept on a subway.
Oh, but that's where the bums live. I'm not a bum. I mean, I got a job.
Okay, Mr. Kellogg, you want to step in here, please?
Why not? I'm a has-been. Where else am I gonna go?
Love boat?
What? Sir, this is Joseph Kellogg. We picked him up at the Loving Touch Greeting Card Company, running amok at their annual Christmas party.
I was upset.
By the time we got there, Mr. Kellogg was in the process of decking the halls with a barrage of deviled eggs, while at the same time submerging Kris Kringle's head in a punch bowl of highly spirited grog.
Actually, I had a glass or two myself.
Overdoing the holidays a bit, Mr. Kellogg?
No. They fired me. I mean, I was standing in line waiting for Santa to give me my Christmas bonus. And a fat slob handed me a sympathy card with a pink slip in it.
Santa did that?
Well, you see, Barn, Mr. Kellogg writes those little poetic messages in greeting cards.
Oh, you do?
They don't get there by themselves, pal. I mean, I spent 25 years in that dusty cubicle, alone at my desk, composing lyrical verses and beautiful rhymes, like, may the new year ring in joy and cheer. To a wonderful wife who's brought happiness to my life. Have a nice day. I wrote that.
So you're the one. Have a seat. Right.
Yeah. Barn, I finished processing Pratkin.
Okay.
I checked him for priors. He's clean.
Fine.
And I don't think he was trying to steal anything.
Oh?
Yeah, see, I called the diner where he works as a dishwasher.
Got a job?
He's not a bum, Barn.
Sorry.
No, his boss said that he may be a few bricks short of a full load, but that he's honest and he's a hard-working person.
Okay.
But Pratkin tells me that him and about 50 other people got thrown out of this little $25 a week hotel that was their home. And now they're all on the street. They can't find any place they can afford to live.
Put your finger there.
Yeah. So if you stop and think about it, Barn, it's all these marginal people, you know, out on the street just trying to survive, sleeping in doorways, trash bins.
Whoa, Joe. Who did you call?
The guy from the Human Resources Administration.
Okay, good.
Yes, can I help you?
Yes, our Eddie.
Who?
Eddie Pratkin. You guys busted him this morning.
Oh, yeah. You his parents?
Sam. Eddie.
Linda, I'm in jail.
Don't worry, we're getting you out.
You think so?
Oh, sure. Hey, Goofy, what's with the rejects? Toilet back up?
Hey, we weren't talking to you.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, what the hell? I'm in here and they're out there.
Knock
What is
it off,
this?
Bruno. Knock it off. What seems to be the problem?
Hi, Barn. This is Sam and Linda. They were my neighbors.
Sir, suddenly we seem to have a rather ugly situation brewing downstairs.
What's going on?
A crowd of no less than 25 pathetic-looking people have converged upon our precinct protesting the incarceration of Mr. Pratkin.
You arrest our Eddie because he hasn't got a home. You arrest us all because we haven't got a home.
Was my idea. Barn, people are starting to pile up down there.
Oh, great.
Yeah, there's got to be, what, 60 of them?
At least. I was talking to this pregnant woman. She said word on the street is we're giving free room and board.
What? Rumors. Try and stop them.
Look, Mr.
Bellenkoff.
I don't know what you and your friends are trying to accomplish by disrupting this precinct.
We're trying to make a point. We are human beings, Captain, not some pile of old clothes to be thrown in the dustbin just because the styles have changed.
Very well put.
I was a tailor.
He fixed these pants.
We appreciate your problem. We've got somebody coming down from the city, right?
He said he was.
We will do everything we can to try and resolve the situation, see that everybody gets a place.
We'll see.
In the meantime, I would appreciate it if you would come downstairs with me and see if we can get a handle on what's going on down there.
Après vous, Captain.
Dietrich, you want to see if Miss Linda wants a cup of coffee or something?
Sure. How do you take it?
Just give me the sugar.
Yes?
Oh, there's no more room downstairs, so we came up here.
Oh, Barney? Company's here. Sorry. You want to just make yourselves at home over there, please? You can sit here with me, dear.
I don't want to. Oh, I'm looking for my husband, Bruno Binder.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Everyone says that.
Hey, Naomi.
Oh, Bruno.
Why aren't you watching the store?
Oh, well, when I heard you were in jail, I just decided to close.
You what? Can I help you?
I'm Howard Weckler, New York Human Resources Administration.
Oh, you're just a bunch of do-nothings.
We've talked, right?
I take it you're here in regard to all of the lonely people?
I guess so.
Sir? City's here. Mr. Weckler.
Oh, how do you do? I'm Captain Miller. This is Sergeant Wojciechowicz.
Yeah. Yes, I think I spoke to one of you. What seems to be the problem?
In case you haven't noticed, Mr. Weckler, there are about 100 people wandering around this station house who have no place to live.
Is that all? At last count, our department puts the number of homeless in this city at 50,000.
50,000?
Telling me that there's a whole army of these bozos roaming around out there?
Yes.
And you ain't doing nothing about it?
Well, we are making every effort, and why am I talking to you?
Because I happen to be a taxpayer, sport.
Oh, no, please, your heart.
Hey, I'm talking here. See?
You know, I could have left at noon.
My office.
Excuse me, Mrs. Bender?
Yes.
If you want to take care of your husband's bail, just go downstairs and see Sergeant Cogan.
Oh, thank you. Be right back, Bruno.
Take your time. I'm having fun.
Yes, can I help you?
Arthur Mensch. Loving Touch Greeting Cards, Inc., wishing for a most joyous holiday season to you and yours.
All right, thank you. Guy you canned is in a cage.
Oh, good. Hello, Kellogg.
Mensch. I should have known. Pink slip in his sympathy cap.
That's just your style.
What with rampant unemployment, the city clamping down on welfare, psychiatric hospitals all of a sudden going nuts over who's crazy enough to get in, these factors only serve to aggravate our problem and dump even more of these people out on the street.
What's that got to do with Mr. Belenkoff and Mr. Pratkin, who were simply kicked out of their rooms?
Nothing. They're just victims of J51.
Which is?
The city's new tax abatement program. It's all part of New York's plan to revitalize old neighborhoods. You see, with hefty tax incentives in hand, real estate developers started to buy up dilapidated properties. Seedy hotels, flop houses, etc., many with a splendid view of the river. Then gut them, refurbish them, and turn them into contemporary condominiums at $250,000 a pop.
Apparently the city forgot about all those who were cut loose in the process.
$250,000. Who the hell can afford that?
Yeah, well,
I know I can't. I mean, every night I got to slog home to that leaky cracker box up in Bridgeport. Backyard looks like a rat's nest. Garage is about to collapse.
Mr. Weckler.
Wife keeps harping on me to panel the basement.
Mr. Weckler, we're talking about those people out there and their problems.
Oh, right.
Right.
Well, what do you suggest?
Here you go, Eddie.
Oh, thanks, Linda.
So, are you still working at the diner?
Yeah, I'm doing real good. Harry says maybe in a couple of months he'll make me a busboy. Then I'll even get to share tips with the waitress.
Hey, that'd be great.
Gentlemen? Well? Well, Mr. Weckler?
We're still thinking.
Oh, excuse me. Are you the one in charge of this madness?
Right, Captain Miller. Who the hell are you?
Arthur Mensch, Loving Touch Greeting Cards, Inc.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Watch him. He's poisonous.
Well, sticks and stones. However, Captain, the point is the greeting card industry has gone through a bit of a catharsis, where once our mainstay was the sentimental slop and turgid jingles at which Mr. Kellogg was so adept. The markets have now splintered and we've become more specialized. Humor and pornography, cards for singles and gays, religious and ethnic groups, hostages.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm not quite sure. At any rate, where do I sign?
This is the complaint.
Go ahead. Sign it. Show him what kind of a snake you really are.
Okay.
Hey, you won't catch me buying one of your stinking cards.
Me neither.
I write my own.
Well, whoop-de-doo. Well, Captain, if there's nothing more.
No, I guess that's it, Mr. Mensch. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Captain! Good news. Unfortunately, our armory in Brooklyn is filled to capacity. However, I did manage to scrape up an old correctional facility in the Catskills. Should accommodate everyone nicely.
Catskills?
Of course, you'll all have to provide your own transportation.
Wait a minute, Captain. It's all academic. Just got off the phone with dispatch. City's snowed in.
You're kidding.
Nothing's moving. Cars, buses, they're starting to sleep over at Grand Central. Even the trains aren't getting out.
What? But I live in Connecticut.
Not tonight.
Oh, God!
I got it, Bruno.
About time.
Can we go now?
Sure you can. Captain, this is Naomi Binder, Bruno's wife.
Really?
We were married just last month. Oh, it wasn't in the papers.
Congratulations.
All right, Bruno, you're out.
Uh-huh.
I'll get your stuff.
See you, Bruno. It was nice sleeping in your store.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Bruno, won't this be nice? Our first Christmas together. Just you and me, snowed in. Big turkey stuffed with sauerkraut. Just the way you like it.
Here you go, Bruno.
Hey, Miller. Why don't you just turn Mr. Potato Head loose over there, okay?
You telling me you're dropping charges?
Well, he wasn't trying to steal nothing, right, Eddie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Free to go, Eddie.
That's great.
Where am I going? I don't know, Eddie.
He's coming home with me.
He is?
Yeah? Why not? I mean, the little lady's gonna be spending half the night in the kitchen anyway, and I got my choo-choo set up in the den. So, why don't you and Princess Grace here, just go head on over. Unless you got some other ideas.
Guy can't even get a cab.
Sure it's okay with your wife?
Hey, sure it is, right, Toots?
Oh, yes. I'd like that. No one's ever been over.
What about Sam?
Eddie, go ahead and enjoy yourself. We all will be fine right here. Aren't we, Captain?
Hey, that's a spirit, Miller. You're all right. Anybody remember to unplug the coffee?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, thanks.
Come on, who took my pillow?
Good night, Harris.
Merry Christmas, Barb.
Same to you, Woj.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning.
Martinique, Barbados. What are you going to take, a long lunch?
As a matter of fact, I found this in my jacket as I came in this morning. It's Liz's way of dropping a hint.
Subtle. So why don't you go?
Well, aside from the fact that these little island hops cost a small fortune, we're short-handed again, caseload backups, paperwork. I can't dump this stuff on you guys.
Hey, things went pretty smooth while you were in jail.
Thank you.
Let's step right inside here, please.
All right, fine. I mean, if they all want to die, that's no skin off my nose.
Oh, go on.
Here.
Barn, this is Mr. Lawrence Prine. We picked him up at Siegel's department store. He was hurling omelets into a crowd of shoppers.
Omelets?
What?
Eggs, butter, sausages. I mean, I could almost hear arteries harden, limbs growing numb, people gasping for breath as they slumped to the floor, helpless.
See, Barn, Brian is a CPR instructor, cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
I'm familiar with the phrase.
Well, I'm glad somebody is. I mean, I am sitting there in my little booth, all alone, hoping to teach people a procedure for saving lives. But all they care about is free food.
Barn, apparently the crowd ignored Mr. Prine, opting to attend a no-stick cookware demonstration a few aisles over.
Yeah, so he attacked it. Started throwing eggs and cheese all over the place.
No, I just wanted to get their attention. Well, to let them know I care.
That's very admirable of you, Mr. Prine. But I'm afraid we're going to have to book you anyway. Harris?
Come on, Barney, have a heart. Lawrence, you want to pick a seat right over here, please?
So what do you want me to do with her?
Get her statement.
She didn't throw anything.
Barney, we got to jump around McDougal.
Oh, wonderful. All right, you and Wojo.
Here you go. Keep you company.
Thank you.
You two would look great together on the beach.
Get out of it.
Just keeping it alive.
Sergeant Harris? Sergeant Harris? Nothing for you, dear. Sir? Sorted into departmental memoranda and your Hickory Farms catalog. Actually, it was addressed to occupant. I just thought you might enjoy flipping through it during your leisure time.
Thank you.
Well, like the cheese kisses on page 10.
I'll bear that in mind. Anything else?
Apparently not, sir.
Oh.
Oh, sir?
I suppose you want to know what's going on with your medal.
One of valor, sir?
Actually, all the paperwork is done. The only thing that's holding it up are the witnesses.
Witnesses?
Oh, sure. We need affidavits from witnesses, and none of them have been too cooperative so far.
They were all applauding.
It was a month ago. People tend to forget.
Someone even gave me $1.
Levitt, I'm doing the best I can. As soon as some of those people come through, I will take that downtown myself.
I appreciate that, sir. Okay. As long as we're talking about me, what's with plain clothes?
Levitt.
It's worth a shot.
We're here, Mr. Mercurio. Oh, thank God.
You all right?
Not sure. Let me catch my breath.
Is this our jumper?
Yeah, this is, Henry Mercurio.
Mercurio, I'm Captain Miller.
You got a glass of water?
I got it.
It's kind of poop.
I notice.
When we got there, he was standing on the ledge on the 3rd floor.
Elevator was out. Best I could do.
Told us he sincerely wanted to jump, but he was afraid he wasn't high enough to really do himself in.
Figured I cracked 3 ribs, tops.
Promised him if he'd step inside, we'd help him up to the roof. Hey, I'm quick.
Captain, I know you only want to help. I'm sorry if I've caused you trouble.
All right, Mr. Mercurio, it's all right.
If you don't mind, I'll go now.
Oh, no.
I promised Joseph I'd be dead before the banks closed.
Who's Joseph?
His cousin. He won a chess game.
What chess game?
The game we played to see who get the money.
What money?
The money from a tontine.
Tontine. All right.
Tontine is basically an archaic form of life insurance. A group of subscribers who are usually from the same family pool their money and then buy equal shares, and then the years pass by and people start dying off, and finally the last remaining survivor collects the entire pot.
Really?
Well, that's what Dietrich said.
You want to start one?
Don't make jokes. It's tradition.
I take it you and your cousin are the last survivors?
For the time being.
Mr. Mercurio, you can't go around solving your financial problems by throwing your life away.
Really? Look, Captain, you see a young man here? I'm 66. I don't feel so good, and Joey don't feel so good. We figured better one of us should get the $3,000 while he has a chance to enjoy it.
Mr. Mercurio, suicide is not an acceptable solution. Not to mention the fact it happens to be against the law.
Oh? That mean I can't leave?
For what?
But I have an obligation.
So do we. Dietrich, see if you can find his cousin.
I can do that. Anybody else?
They're all dead.
Good point. Yes, can I help you?
Don't you people have an elevator?
You must be his cousin.
Henry.
Joey!
So, what happened? You're not dead.
I'm sorry, they pulled me in.
Oh, just like that, huh?
Oh, come on. I feel bad enough.
Look, I'm not mad. You try again.
Excuse me, I'm Captain Miller, Mr.
Joseph Spadoni, a pleasure.
Mr. Spadoni. I assume you know why your cousin was brought in?
Oh, sure, yeah. He wanted to kill himself.
And you would just let him do it?
Captain, I love this man like a brother. I would never stand in his way.
This is preposterous.
But Mr. Sharp says that's the way it's got to be.
Who's Mr. Sharp?
The lawyer who handles the tontine. We met him at Uncle Dominic's funeral.
Yeah, Dominic was in this, too. God rest his soul.
Anyway, Mr. Sharp came over to us after the party and gave us his card, and said that one of us should get in touch with him after the next funeral because whoever's left would be the beneficiary of the tontine.
It's very exciting.
Yes, we had coffee and thought about some of the things Henry or I would be able to buy with the money, like an electric blanket, a heavy sweater.
Maybe even a week in Miami.
Yeah, you can never be too warm.
Well, and I sympathize with your problem, but...
Then Henry can go now?
No! Dietrich, get on the phone. Get this Sharp guy down.
Yeah. I'm not dead yet.
Look, Mr. Mercurio, forget it.
Barn, it's Liz, line 2.
Oh, wonderful.
Right this way, folks.
This is exciting.
Have a seat, ma'am.
What a dump.
You said there'd be entertainment.
Sir, this is Mr. Markin, Mr. Roselle, and this is Mrs. Edna Sligman.
Huh?
I've lost weight.
But who are these people?
Witnesses, sir. Just my way of pitching in.
Barn, you want to tell Liz you call her back?
Is this for anybody? Hey! Now you leave her alone. You touch her again, and I'll cut your heart out.
Keep it down this time.
Now, will you tell that scum to keep his hands off her?
Take it easy, will you? Nobody's gonna hurt your dummy.
She's not a dummy. She's just a little quiet around strangers, kid. Oh, now she's upset. See that? She's hysterical. Can't you see she needs me? Oh. Vicky, it's all right. I'm right here. Right over it. Will you bring me my Vicky? I want my Vicky!
It's entertainment.
Yeah, Liz, I'm sure there's a Bahamas on a budget plan, but I just don't have time to talk about it now. I'm not trying to put you off.
Sir, if you need me, I'll be downstairs.
You're not going anywhere. No, not you. Liz, please, can I call you back? I promise. Right. Okay.
Little woman getting on your nerves, sir?
Levitt, what do you mean by bringing people down here without telling me?
Seemed like a slow day, sir. Of course, I'm not up here that much.
Levitt!
That's okay, sir. I could take a hint. I'll just send them on home.
Good.
After all, I only retrieved a small boy from a dangling scaffold.
Levitt.
A young lad whose life was not cut off at the age of 10, who can now grow up to be a doctor, or president, or even police captain. Just like you.
We helped ourselves.
Fine.
I'm taking some of your sweet and low. My sister's diabetic.
I'd like to thank you all for coming down here, especially in the middle of the day like this.
Oh, I'm unemployed.
Why don't we all step into my office? I'll get you out of here as soon as possible.
Can I bring this?
Why not?
Sir, you think those 3 are sufficient?
More than enough. Oh, I trust everyone is comfortable.
No, I've got this pin in my hip.
Well, why don't we start with you, Mrs. Sligman?
Oh, that'll be fine.
Okay.
Are you taping this?
Of course not.
What I mean is, if I say anything wrong, can it be used against me at some future date?
Mrs. Sligman, all we want you to do is describe what you saw Officer Levitt do on the day in question in your own words. All right? Mrs. Sligman.
I was on my way home from the doctor's when I saw these kids playing in that new building that's going up across the street.
Okay.
What is it with parents these days? Letting their kids run around all afternoon by themselves without any supervision. They were barely 10 years old.
Mrs. Sligman.
I raised a son, Captain, and I was careful to be loving but firm. In 42 years, I never had 1 ounce of trouble with that boy. He still lives with me.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Horace Sharp, Bergen, Lash, Morrison, Young.
Oh, yeah, I got all their albums.
Hello, Mr. Sharp.
Ooh, Mr. Spadoni. Mr. Mercurio. What seems to be the problem?
I lost the chess game.
Well, Holy moly.
Yes.
Barney, the attorney's here.
Oh, thank God. Excuse me.
Can I sit in your chair?
Sharp, I'm Captain Miller.
Horace Sharp. I'm a very busy man.
Yeah, well, Mr. Sharp, according to these gentlemen, your firm represents their family's tontine?
Mm-hmm. You see, in 1933, their great-uncle Carmine entrusted it to one of our founders. It passed through several partners over the years until 1978, when somebody dumped it on my desk.
Yeah, well, I think you should be aware that Mr. Mercurio over here tried to commit suicide this morning so his cousin could get the money.
Well, you must be quite fond of him.
I am.
That's nice. Of course, Captain, my firm could not possibly be held culpable for such an action. However, that would tidy things up rather nicely.
That settles that.
Captain, I'm glad to have been of service.
Well, hold on a minute, Mr. Sharp. You don't think you're just going to walk out of here as if nothing happened?
Yes.
Huh?
Captain, I'm merely preserving the conditions of the tontine, which are, I should point out, quite inflexible.
Look, why don't you just have them split it?
Because they can't.
Why not?
Because I said so. Actually, that would constitute a breach of contract and defeat the purpose of the tontine, to say nothing of making a rather nasty blotch on my record.
Oh, well, now we can't have that now, can we?
No, and we shan't have that now, shall we?
Barn?
Mr. Sharp, look, for the sake of all concerned, I think we better start working on some suitable compromise.
Captain, there is no compromise.
Then let's find one, because I'm not about to turn this man loose just so he can jump off a building, so that his cousin here can buy a couple of lousy sweaters and an electric blanket.
Well, that's precious. $700,000 and all he wants is a romp through Woolworths.
Huh? Wait a minute. That's on our tontine. We only put in $200 apiece, didn't we, Joey?
Right. Well, we didn't just sew up the money in a mattress, fellas.
You didn't?
We invested it rather shrewdly. Real estate, oil, of course. We bought in on the ground floor of Boeing and IBM. A linen service.
Okay, now you're talking real money.
You bet your boots.
You hear that, Joey? You're rich.
Oh,
Barney.
God, Captain! Oh, please. Would you slam that right there? Easy, I'll get something for his head.
What's happening?
Hey, let me out.
I don't think he's breathing, Barney.
Come on, let me out. He's having a heart attack.
Somebody do something.
Yeah, let him out.
Guy's crazy.
So?
Just give me some room.
Please don't die, Joey. It's not fair.
Well, looks like we have a winner.
What do you think?
I seem to be doing okay. You know, you're actually very lucky.
Paris? Where the hell have you been? Do you realize that in this entire precinct there is not one tea bag?
Well, Captain, I suppose there's nothing else I can do here, so I guess I'll just be on my way.
What about the tontine, Mr. Sharp?
Didn't we go through this?
There has got to be something you can do for these people. I mean, give them part of it or an allowance. Or why don't you let one of them back out of the damn thing so the other one can take care of him?
Captain,
Something.
please. It is not my place to corrupt the integrity of the tontine, nor disregard the wishes of an entire family.
This is the entire family.
That's true. Well, I suppose I could take the matter under advisement.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
Goodbye, Captain.
Goodbye.
Gentlemen, I'll be in touch.
Why? We're not going anywhere. Are we, Joey?
I got no plans.
Again, adieu.
Okie dokie, Mr. Spadoni. We're going to get going now.
Can Henry come with me?
Captain?
Yeah, hey, I'll take him down. Gotta go to Bellevue anyway.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Captain. You've been very kind.
Take care of yourself now, Mr. Mercurio.
Yes, sure.
Okay, Mr. Mercurio. Let's
Thank
go.
you. Thank you. Oh, more stairs.
Mr. Prine, you're going to go with Sergeant Harris now. I want you to know we really appreciate everything you did.
Oh, sure. It was our pleasure.
Larry, let's go.
Come on, sweetie. Oh, Vicky can go too.
Oh, certainly. We'll see to it that you two can bunk together.
Oh, thanks. We appreciate that.
Sure.
Oh, can we get a private cell?
Oh, I don't think that's going to be any problem.
Barney, your wife's on line 2.
I'll take it in my office.
If you don't need me, I'm going to go home, okay?
Yeah, sure. Good night now.
Good night. You and Liz decide where you're going to go on your vacation.
That's probably what that call is about.
You might think about the Bermuda Triangle. One can really lose oneself.
Oh, Captain. I'm afraid we had a little accident with your chair.
All it needs is a couple of screws. I swear to God.
Excuse me.
Hello, Liz. Anywhere.
Not only had his own monogram brandy glass, didn't he? He loved his cognac. Just to keep the cold at bay, he always said, Rodney smiled. A tall man with a severe expression approached them. Pardon me. I am Roland. I was married to Albert's niece, Eileen. Introductions were made again. The atmosphere was heavy with the awkward small talk of funerals. Well, I suppose we'll all miss him in our own way. Dell offered, raising a tiny glass of sherry. Missing him already. Roland nodded stiffly. I'll tell you one thing we won't miss, though. Dell chuckled, hoping to lighten the mood. All those bloody wartime sagas. During the war. God, he could talk the hind legs off a donkey. Roland bristled, his face hardening. Actually, we used to love hearing about his past. He was a hero. That's right. An elderly woman nearby chimed in fiercely. Couldn't get enough of it. A true patriot. Dell realized he had misread the room spectacularly. Yeah, but God, he did go on, though, didn't he? He never bloody stopped. It was like living with the History Channel on a loop. Roland stepped closer, his voice dropping to an angry hiss. You've got to remember that a lot of blokes lost their lives for our liberty. Trotter, they died just so that 50 years later, ungrateful prats like you would have the freedom to stand here and knock them. All right? Dell's pride flared. He wasn't about to be lectured by some bloke in a cheap suit. Take it easy, pal. I tell you what, Roland, have they got a garden here? 'Cause I think you and I ought to go outside and have a more detailed chat about who's calling who a prat. Rodney grabbed Dell's arm in a panic. Come on, Dell, leave it. We're at a funeral. Go on, Dad, bake him. Young Damien cheered, throwing a tiny punch in the air. No, no, hold on, Dell said, realizing he was about to start a brawl at a wake. He backed down, holding his hands up defensively. I didn't mean to upset anybody. Calm down. All right, we're all grieving. Emotions running a bit high. That's all. He retreated to a corner with Rodney, fuming. I'll tell you another thing, Dell muttered to his brother. None of our lot have bothered to turn up, have they? Poor show. You'd have thought Trigger, Denzel, or Boyke would have made the effort. It is a bit of a journey from London, Dell, Rodney pointed out. I'll tell you what, good old Mike would have made more of an effort to get here, and he's currently locked up in Wormwood Scrubs. Dell grumbled. He looked around the room, trying to find a friendly face. Yeah, I bet old Bunny's up there right now, looking down on us and having a right laugh. Marion, the cleaner, overheard him and frowned. Bunny? Why did you call him Bunny? Well, that's what they called him in the RAF, didn't they? Dell explained confidently, because his surname was Warren. Albert Warren. Bunny Warren. Get it? Marion stared at him, bewildered. His surname wasn't Warren. It was Trotter, like yours. And he wasn't in the RAF. He was in the Merchant Navy. Dell froze. He looked at Rodney. Rodney looked at Dell. They both slowly turned to look at the framed photograph resting on the mantelpiece, a photograph of a bald man with a thick black mustache, who looked absolutely nothing like Uncle Albert. Is that a Spitfire, Dad? Damien asked, pointing out the window. Rodney buried his face in his hands. Oh, my God! We're at the wrong funeral. They had spent 20 minutes insulting a dead war hero named Bunny Warren in front of his devoted family. The Trotters made a hasty, highly embarrassing exit, sprinting to the hired car under the cover of Roland's furious shouts. Chapter 5. The Inland Revenue Strikes. If burying Uncle Albert, eventually finding the correct crematorium, was the emotional low point of the month, the financial low point arrived shortly after in a brown envelope bearing the stamp of Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. The Trotters found themselves seated in the drab, sterile office of their government-appointed insolvency practitioner. Gentlemen, the official began, adjusting his spectacles. You have my deepest sympathy for your recent bereavement, but I must bring you back to the matter in hand. The collapse of Trotter's independent traders and your subsequent tax liabilities. Dell leaned forward, adopting his most sincere expression. Are there any mitigating circumstances you'd like me to inform the court of? Because you must remember to tell them that we were absolute slaves to detail, weren't we, Rodney? Absolutely. Rodney lied smoothly. Meticulous record keeping. We made certain that we always got our checks off to the Inland Revenue on time, Dell insisted. Every quarter, regular as clockwork. The official flipped open a thick file. Fair dues, Mr. Trotter. The checks were always on time. However, they all bounced, Every single one of them. For the past 3 years. Dell slumped back in his chair, defeated. The reality was inescapable. The court declared Derek Trotter officially bankrupt. Back at the flat, the atmosphere was funereal once again. Rodney was pouring heavily from a bottle of cheap scotch. So you both got off, Raquel asked hopefully, pouring Della a cup of tea. Not quite, Rodney muttered, taking a large gulp of the fiery liquid. You sit down, Raquel. You might need something stronger than tea. What happened? Dad, Damien asked, looking up from his violent video game. The court declared me bankrupt. Son, Dell said quietly. Does that mean you're going to prison? Damien asked, his eyes lighting up with genuine excitement. Like Mike? No. Dell snapped. Well, not yet. Raquel glared at her son. Why does he keep going on about prison? All his mates' dads are doing time, Rodney explained unhelpfully. He feels left out at school. He wants street cred. Damien, go to your room and tidy it, Raquel ordered. I did it this morning. Well, go and tidy it again. Once the boy was gone, Raquel turned to Dell, panic rising in her chest. So, what exactly does bankruptcy mean for us, Derek? It means that the Inland Revenue give you a year to pay off your debt, Dell explained heavily. If you can't pay it, then they come in and take all your goods. Well, anything of any value, anyway. Raquel breathed a sigh of relief, looking around the dilapidated flat with its floral sofa and broken television set. So it won't affect us, then. We haven't got anything of value. We have got something of value, Raquel. Dell corrected her grimly. You're sitting in it, this flat. It's our home, and it's the only asset I've got left. They'll steal the roof over our heads. Well, have you got an idea, then, Rodney? Raquel asked, turning to the younger brother. Rodney scoffed. Me? No. I mean, Dill's had this place on the market for 5 years, trying to sell it, and no one's even looked at it. It's structurally unsound. That's because I had it up for its true market value. Dell protested. I was waiting for the right buyer, an investor with vision, but the taxmen won't wait. They'll come along and auction it off for 1/3 of its price just to clear the debt. So what are we going to do? Then, Dad, Raquel asked, using her pet name for him when she was truly frightened. I suppose you could always look for a job, Cassandra suggested softly from the kitchen doorway. Trigger said they're recruiting down at his depot at the council, sweeping the streets. The pay is not too bad, and there's a pension scheme. Dell looked at her as if she had suggested he sell his own kidneys. Me? Sweeping the roads. I am an entrepreneur. She's right, Dell, Raquel said gently. We have to do something. Dell sighed, rubbing his face. I suppose so. I'll help you fill in your application form, Rodney, if you like. Rodney choked on his drink. Me? You can't expect me to go out sweeping the roads. I've got to GCs. Well, you can't expect me to do it at my age. Dell argued. I've got a bad back. And besides, I was talking about you. I am a bankrupt. I am legally disqualified from running a business or holding certain positions. You're not. Oh, come on, Cassandra sighed. Can you honestly see Rodney pushing a broom around Peckham High Street? He'd trip over it. It's all right. They give training. Dell reasoned. He looked at the paperwork the official had given him. God, do you know how much we actually owe the taxman? How much? Rodney asked, dreading the answer. 48,750 pounds. Dell paused, squinting at the small print. And for pens. For pens, Rodney echoed. Plus interest, Dell added. Raquel burst into tears and fled to the bedroom, slamming the door behind her. Look what you've done now, Dell accused Rodney. You've upset her, haven't you, with your talk of street sweeping? Me. It was you talking about the 48 grand and the interest that got her all worried. Dell ignored him, pacing the floor. His mind was whirring, the old gears of Trotter's independent traders grinding back to life despite the rust. It's going to be all right. I've worked it all out. I'm a trader, ain't I? I've been trading all my life. Since I was 12 years old, selling knockoff marbles in the playground. I could sell rice to the Chinese. I'm going to go back to trading. How? Rodney asked, exasperated. You just said you're bankrupt. The firm has been liquidated, or liquidized, or whatever the stupid word is. No, 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 Dell corrected, his eyes gleaming with a sudden, brilliant loophole. The firm can go on trading. It's just that I have been disqualified from running it. That doesn't mean the company has to die. It just needs a new captain at the helm, a new managing director. Rodney groaned. Derek, who is going to be stupid enough to take over Trotter's independent traders? It's a sinking ship with a 48,000-pound anchor tied to it. Dell poured Rodney another drink, a sly smile spreading across his face. If only there was someone out there, Rodney, someone young, someone enthusiastic, someone who knows the business inside out, a man of vision. Rodney took the drink, staring blankly ahead. I wonder who, young and energetic, with ideas and enthusiasm. Hang on a minute. Have you thought of someone? Dell. What about Mickey Pierce? No, he's too dodgy. What about Denzel? Dell stared at his brother, utterly astounded by his density. No, Rodney, I am looking at him. Me? Rodney gasped, pointing to his own chest. How do you mean, me? Look, let me explain in simple terms, Dell said patiently. I've been made bankrupt, right? And am therefore not allowed to run a company. But legally, there is absolutely nothing to stop you taking over Trotter's independent traders and appointing me as a lowly, humble employee, a consultant, if you will. Rodney's mind reeled. He Rodney Trotter, the permanent sidekick, the eternal assistant, the director of administration, was being offered the top job, the big chair. Wait a minute, Rodney breathed, a slow smile spreading across his face. Let me see if I've got this right. What you're saying is that I could run the firm. I would be your boss. Dell grimaced internally, but nodded encouragingly. By George, I think he's got it. It's a brilliant idea. Rodney, you're competent. You've got the GCEs. We'll go down and see the lawyer tomorrow. Go straight round to Company's house and make you the new managing director of TIT. Rodney stood up, his posture instantly improving. He adjusted his cheap tie. Managing Director, Rodney Trotter, MD. I like the sound of that. Raquel emerged from the bedroom, her eyes red-rimmed. What's going on? Raquel, guess what? Dell beamed. Rodney has only come up with a brilliant idea to save the family. He's going to be the new managing director of Trotter's Independent Traders. He's taking the reins. I'm going to be in charge of sales, purchasing, and finance, Rodney announced proudly, puffing out his chest. Dell will merely be my subordinate, an advisor. Raquel managed a weak smile. Congratulations, Rodney. I'm surprised you didn't think of that. Darling, she said to Dell. Yeah, well, it's just what I was thinking, Dell muttered, pouring himself a very large drink. The transition of power was remarkably swift, mostly because Trotter's Independent Traders consisted entirely of a garage full of unsellable stock, currently including 200 electronic personnel, organizers that spoke only in Mandarin and a battered yellow three-wheeled van. To cement his new authority, Rodney had new business cards printed. He handed one to Trigger down at the local pub. Trigger stared at the card for a long time. Managing Director, Rodney Trotter. Consultancy and Party Planning. That's right, Trig. Rodney smiled smugly. I'm the boss now. Dell answers to me. Trigger nodded slowly. I see. Does this mean the briefcases are cheaper now, Dave? Rodney sighed. After 20 years, Trigger still called him Dave. No, Trig, prices are set by market forces, which I now control. Just then, Rodney's mobile phone rang. He pulled it from his pocket with a flourish. Trotter's Independent Traders, Managing Director speaking. How may I help you? A voice crackled on the other end, speaking in a heavy, exaggerated foreign accent. Good evening. I am wishing to speak with the Managing Director. Yes, this is he, Rodney said, projecting his voice so the whole pub could hear. My name is Rodney Trotter. I am a representative of the Sultan of Brunei. My name is Asif Hazen. Rodney's eyes widened. He covered the receiver. Dell, it's the Sultan of Brunei's representative. Dell, who was nursing a pint at the bar, rolled his eyes. Yeah, right. And I'm the Queen of Sheba. It is very nice to speak with you, sir, Rodney said into the phone, ignoring his brother. "How may I be of assistance to His Highness?" "You have an advertisement in the newspaper," the voice continued. "And His Highness, he would like to talk with you. He would like you to fly to Brunei and be his personal financial consultant." Rodney's heart hammered against his ribs. This was it, the big time. His first day as MD, and he was doing business with royalty. No problem at all, Mr. Hazen. And what exactly would His Highness like to consult with me about? There was a pause on the line. Then the accent dropped entirely, replaced by the familiar, cackling Cockney tones of Mickey Pierce. "Recently, His Highness bought a crappy old yellow three-wheeled van, and he wants to know how to start the bloody thing on cold mornings." "Gotcha, you lanky plonker." Laughter erupted from the phone, mirrored by the roaring laughter of Del Boy at the bar. Rodney slammed the phone shut, his face burning with humiliation. "I knew it was you all along. Mickey," he shouted into the dead air, "I was just winding you up." He stormed out of the pub, the mocking laughter echoing in his ears. It was lonely at the top. Chapter 6, Fantasy and Failure. Despite the rocky start to his tenure as managing director, Rodney was determined to improve his life, and that meant addressing the issues in the bedroom department with Cassandra. He had secretly purchased a men's lifestyle magazine that promised to revitalize stale marriages using advanced West Coast psychological techniques. Sitting in a quiet booth at an Italian restaurant, Rodney hesitantly pitched the idea to Cassandra over a plate of spaghetti. "Cass, I'd like us to try something new. For, us." Cassandra looked up, intrigued but cautious. Wouldn't the restaurant staff mind? "We're in public, Rodney." "No, I didn't mean in here," Rodney hissed, his face flushing crimson. "I meant in the future, soon, in private." He pulled the glossy magazine from his coat. Cassandra groaned. "I hate it when you buy those magazines. You always end up making comparisons to the models and getting depressed about your biceps." "No, look, it's serious," Rodney insisted, tapping an article titled "Reignite the Spark, Fantasy Therapy." "There's a fellow writing in here who's an expert on marital problems. He reckons that most couples' troubles stem from memory baggage, all the old arguments, the boring routines. We need to unload the baggage." "And how do we do that?" Cassandra asked skeptically. "We become different people," Rodney whispered dramatically. "We use iconoclastic autosuggestion. Basically, each person writes down their ultimate fantasy figure, and then the other person, just for one night, becomes that figure. We create our own little make-believe world." Cassandra narrowed her eyes. "Wait a minute. Does this involve dressing up?" "Absolutely not," Rodney lied smoothly, remembering the costumes he had already rented. "It's all in the mind. Cass, what do you say? Are you willing to give it a try?" Cassandra sighed, seeing the desperate hope in his eyes. "All right, then, let's go for it." They exchanged slips of paper. Rodney unfolded Cassandra's choice, and his heart sank slightly. She had written down Reg Hollis, the rather mundane, uniform-wearing police officer from the television show The Bill. Cassandra opened her slip and burst out laughing. Russell Crowe. You want me to be Russell Crowe from Gladiator? No, I want to be Russell Crowe. You're supposed to be a Roman empress or something. Look, I've got the costumes sorted. We'll do it tonight. Those taking Raquel and Damien out. We'll have the flat to ourselves. Later that evening, the Nelson Mandela House flat was transformed into an arena of profound awkwardness. Rodney emerged from the bathroom wearing a rented leather gladiator tunic that was 2 sizes too big, plastic shin guards, and a toy sword. He looked less like Maximus Decimus Meridius and more like a very sad, very skinny extra from a low-budget historical play. Cassandra stepped out of the bedroom wearing a remarkably authentic-looking female police officer's uniform, complete with a hat and a truncheon. They stared at each other in the living room. The sexual tension was entirely non-existent, replaced instead by a paralyzing sense of absurdity. So, Cassandra said, adjusting her police radio, "Do you want to pillage a village, or should I arrest you for a breach of the peace?" Before Rodney could answer, the front door violently swung open. Dell burst in, breathless and panicked. "Monkey Harris is on the phone. We're being raided." He stopped dead in his tracks, staring at the bizarre tableau before him. A Roman gladiator and a police officer standing in his living room. Dell clutched his chest. "My God, I thought you was a real policewoman. You nearly gave me a coronary. What are you doing here? You said you was going out." "We were going out," Rodney stammered, frantically trying to cover his bare, pale legs with the toy sword. "We came back." "Why are you dressed like that?" Dell demanded, his eyes wide with confusion, like a couple of lollies. Cassandra crossed her arms, deeply unimpressed. "Isn't it obvious? Derek, we are role-playing." "Oh, I see," Dell said slowly, a smirk beginning to tug at the corners of his mouth. "Right. A bit early for a fancy dress party, isn't it? 5:30. "It's an early party," Rodney lied desperately. "Cassandra's ex-boss at the bank invited us." "And who are you supposed to be? Rotters?" Dell asked, circling his brother, inspecting the plastic armor. "Spartacus with piles." "I am Russell Crowe," Rodney declared indignantly. Dell burst into roaring laughter. "Russell Crowe, you look like a whippet in a leather harness. Go on, then, you two, off to your party. Have fun." Actually, Dell suddenly remembered, his face turning serious. "You can't go out. I need you to stay here. Rodney." "What? Why?" "I'm expecting a very, very important phone call tonight regarding a massive consignment of goods. I have to go meet Monkey Harris, and I need you here to answer the phone and take the order." "But Dell, we're in the middle of therapy." business before pleasure, Mr. Managing Director, Dell reminded him firmly. You took the job. Now take the responsibility. I'll be back by midnight. Oh, and Russell? Dell paused at the door, grinning wickedly. Don't conquer Gaul without me. He slammed the door, leaving the gladiator and the policewoman to sit in silence on the floral sofa, the mood thoroughly and permanently ruined. Chapter 7, The Rainbow Road. Thursday night arrived, and with it came the moment Del Boy had been building toward to save their financial skins. He had actually managed to pass the auditions and get onto Gold Rush. The studio lights were blinding, the audience was roaring, and the host, Jonathan Ross, was bouncing around the stage with manic energy. Sitting in the green room, Del wiped a layer of sweat from his forehead. He was wearing his best suit, a sharp gray number with a subtle pinstripe. He looked the part of the successful businessman, even if his bank account was currently weeping. Welcome to another edition of the show that is taking the country by storm. Jonathan Ross yelled to the cameras. This is the fastest game show on TV. This is Thursday. This is live. And this is Gold Rush. Del was introduced alongside to other contestants. Mike, a financial advisor from Merseyside, and Janice, an amateur opera singer from Newquay. Through a combination of sheer luck, quick reflexes, and his competitors' catastrophic errors, Del managed to navigate the early rounds. He guessed his way through a question about African mountains Kilimanjaro. Any idiot knows that Fuji make cameras, and survived a challenge from Janice that doubled his money. He was on a winning streak. The studio audience was firmly behind the charismatic, fast-talking Londoner. The lights around the stage changed from green to blue to purple as he advanced up the prize ladder. Derek, Jonathan Ross said, the tension music pulsing in the background. You are doing incredibly well. You are currently sitting on 25,000 pounds. The audience gasped and applauded. Del swallowed hard. 25 grand. It was more than half of what they owed the taxman. It was a lifeline. But now we reached the penalty question, Jonathan continued, his tone turning serious. This question is worth 50,000 pounds. Get this right, and you play for the grand prize of 100,000. But get it wrong, and you lose everything. You drop back to zero. Dole's mouth felt like sandpaper. Let's ave it, Jonathan. He who dares wins. All right, for 50,000 pounds. Here is the question. The giant screen behind them flashed the text. Which classical guitarist wrote the opera The Child and the Enchantment? A Ravel. B. Segovia. C. Rodrigo. Del stared at the screen. The names swam before his eyes. He knew about as much regarding classical guitarists and obscure operas as he did about quantum physics. He was a man of the pub jukebox, not the Royal Albert Hall. I think I know this one. Jonathan. Del bluffed, playing to the crowd. He rubbed his chin thoughtfully. I think it's Ravel. Or I keep thinking, it could be Segovia. Then again, it might be Rodrigo. Jonathan smiled. Well, Derek, you're right. It's definitely one of those three. The audience chuckled. Del felt a cold sweat prickle his neck. He couldn't risk it. Not 50 grand. Well, in that case, Jonathan, Del said, his voice tightening, I'm going to have to use me old SOS lifeline, aren't I? I think that's probably wise. Jonathan agreed. Who would you like to be your savior tonight? Derek. My brother, Rodney. He's got to GCEs. He's the managing director of our firm. A very smart boy. Okay, let's get Rodney on the line. Back in the flat in Peckham, Rodney was miserably watching the television, still wearing his Russell Crowe gladiator tunic, having been unable to figure out how to unbuckle the complex leather straps. The phone on the table rang shrilly. Oh, piss off, Mickey, Rodney shouted at the phone, assuming it was another prank call. You're getting on my tits now. He snatched the receiver. Hello. Hello, is that Rodney? Yes, it is. And I know it's you, Mickey Pierce, so you can shove it. Rodney, this is Jonathan Ross at the Gold Rush Studio. Rodney froze. The voice matched the television exactly. The studio audience's laughter echoed slightly out of sync on the live broadcast. Oh, my God, Rodney gasped, dropping his toy sword. Hi, Jonathan. How are you? I'm just fine. I've got Derek here, and he's on 50,000 pounds. Rodney's knees buckled. He sank onto the sofa. You're kidding. I'm deadly serious. But he's got a problem with the 50,000-pound question, and he has chosen you as his savior. Listen carefully. You'll have 20 seconds to answer. Dole's desperate voice came over the line. Rodney, for the love of God, concentrate. Hold on, Rodney said, his trotter instincts kicking in despite the panic. What's in this for me? I'm the MD. I need a cut. I'll make sure you get a drink, you plonker. Just answer the question. Del yelled. Jonathan read the question. Which classical guitarist wrote the opera The Child and the Enchantment? Was it Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo? Rodney's mind raced. He had taken music appreciation at night school for 3 weeks to impress a girl. He closed his eyes. The memory surfaced through the fog. Ravel, Rodney said with utter certainty. How sure are you? Del asked, practically praying. 100% Derek, Ravel. Good boy, Rodders. Del sighed with relief. He turned to the host, brimming with renewed confidence. There you go, Jonathan. He knows his classics. I'll go with that. It's Ravel. The studio lights dimmed. A solitary spotlight hit Jonathan Ross. He looked at his card, then at Del. Derek, you don't have to take his answer. You know that, don't you? You can still change your mind. No, I know. Del smiled, relaxing. but he knows what he's talking about. It's Ravel. Lock it in. Jonathan took a deep breath. Derek. That was the wrong answer. The studio fell dead silent. What? Dell whispered. It was Segovia. Jonathan said apologetically. No, Dell said, his voice trembling. No, Rodney said it was Ravel. I know he did, but he was wrong. Bad luck. Dell, you've used up all your options. You lose the 50,000 pounds, and you leave us with nothing but your 1 pound entry prize. You're frozen out of the game. Dell stared blindly at the cameras. He didn't hear the audience's sympathetic groans. He didn't hear Jonathan introducing the next contestant. The world had simply stopped turning. 50,000 pounds. Gone because of Rodney. In a blind, unthinking rage of sheer despair, Dell kicked out at the nearest object, his foot connected solidly with his contestant podium. The heavy structure wobbled, tipped, and crashed to the studio floor in a shower of sparks and broken plastic. Security rushed the stage. Dell was escorted out of the building, a broken man clutching a 1 pound coin. Chapter 8, The Final Twist. The atmosphere in Nelson Mandela House was toxic. It was a silence so thick you could carve it with a chainsaw. Rodney sat on the sofa, still clad in his ridiculous gladiator outfit, holding his head in his hands. Cassandra sat beside him, rubbing his back soothingly, while Raquel furiously scrubbed dishes in the kitchen, punishing the porcelain for those failures. I was certain, Rodney whispered to the floor. I was so certain it was Ravel. Rodney, you did your best, Cassandra said softly. It was a stupid, obscure question. And Dell was okay, wasn't he? Rodney asked, seeking some shred of comfort. He didn't make too much of a scene on live national television. Well, Cassandra winced until he kicked the podium over. It looked like he broke the buzzer system. Jonathan Ross had to pick it up while they cut to a commercial. Where is Dell? Rodney asked. It had been hours since the broadcast ended. I haven't a clue, Raquel called from the kitchen, her voice trembling with suppressed rage. At the end of the show, he just disappeared into the London night, abandoned his child and his partner in an area of the city we've never been in before. Thankfully, the studio felt sorry for us and paid for a cab home. Just then, the front door clicked open. Dell shuffled in. He looked like he had aged 10 years in 3 hours. His suit was crumpled, his hair disheveled, and he carried the distinct aroma of cheap street corner hot dogs and profound defeat. He didn't look at any of them. He just walked to the armchair and collapsed into it. What the hell happened to you? Raquel demanded, marching into the room with a wet dishcloth. I went out, Dell mumbled, staring at the blank television screen. Oh, good, long as I know. Dell, Rodney started, his voice cracking. I'm sorry. I could have sworn it was Ravel. I really thought it was. And so could Cassandra, couldn't you? Dell asked, his voice eerily calm, lacking its usual fire. Yes, I could. Cassandra defended her husband. Dell finally looked at them. The anger was gone, replaced by a hollow, crushing despair. Well, you're both a pair of dipsticks, then, aren't you? And as for you, he pointed a shaking finger at Rodney, you are never, ever going to borrow my Capri again. Ever. Dell, please. And that bone marrow you mentioned earlier, Dell continued, his voice rising slightly. You can forget it. Keep it. Because obviously, everyone with half a brain knows that Ravel makes shoes. It was a trick question, and you fell for it like a ton of bricks. Shoes. Rodney blinked. Maurice Ravel was a French composer. Dell. I don't care if he was a French baker, Dell shouted, finally snapping. He didn't write the bloody opera, did he? Segovia did. I lost 50 grand. For the rest of my life, getting that question wrong in front of my family, my friends, and the entire British nation is going to be the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me. He glared at Rodney's leather outfit, although coming home to find my managing director dressed as an extra from a Sword Dance Sandals epic is a close second. The telephone rang. It was a harsh, jarring sound that made them all jump. Nobody moved to answer it. They were paralyzed by the sheer exhaustion of the day's events. Hello, Cassandra finally answered, picking up the receiver. Yes, he's here. Can I ask who's calling, please? She covered the mouthpiece, her eyes widening. Dell, it's the producer of Gold Rush. A man named Bill. He wants to talk to you. Dell groaned, burying his face in his hands. Oh, my God. What's he want? I bet it's about that podium I kicked over. I bet they're going to sue me for criminal damage now, haven't they? It's just the icing on the cake. He reluctantly took the phone. All right. I'll speak to him. Hello. Yes, this is Derek Trotter. Send me the bill for the plastic. I'll pay it in installments. He listened. The color slowly drained from his face, and then, miraculously, began to rush back in. His eyes widened. His jaw went slack. What? No. Dell stammered. He said there's been a mistake. Rodney sat up straight, the leather straps of his armor creaking loudly. A mistake. It was Ravel? Dell asked the voice on the phone, his voice trembling with a mixture of shock and dawning joy. He covered the phone and turned to Rodney, a manic grin splitting his face. Rodney, the producer says there was an error in their research department. The question was flawed. You were right. It was Ravel. I knew it. Rodney shouted, leaping up and punching the air with his toy sword. I knew I was right. Dell turned back to the phone, his confidence returning in a tidal wave. Yeah, I'm still here. Bill. Yeah. He said I can take the 50,000 pounds as an apology and go back on the show next week to play for the 100 grand. Yes. Dell did a little jig in the middle of the living room. Raquel gasped, clapping her hands over her mouth. They were saved. They were actually saved. But then, the pub jukebox from the Nag's Head echoed loudly through the telephone line. Dell heard the distinct sound of a pool cue hitting a ball, and a muffled, snickering laugh that sounded remarkably like Mickey Pierce. Dell's face hardened. The joy evaporated instantly, replaced by a cold, furious certainty. "Oh, have a day off, will you, you lot?" Dell sneered into the phone. "Dell, what are you doing?" Rodney asked, confused. "Who do you think this is?" Dell said to the phone, his voice dripping with venom. "Hey, look, I can hear the jukebox in the pub in the background. It's bloody Mickey Pierce again, ain't it? Trying to pull another prank on the Sultan of Brunei's right-hand men." "Dell, are you sure?" Cassandra asked nervously. "I'm positive," Dell shouted, highly offended. "I'm going to move. No, no, no. Get to the back of the queue. Mickey, you're not having me over twice in 1 week." Dell puffed his chest out, a righteous, vengeful anger taking over. "Don't worry about the money, Bill. Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what we would like you to do with our winnings. Since you're so generous, give all the £50,000 to charity. Yeah, every single penny of it." Rodney screamed, diving across the sofa to grab the phone. "Dell, no." Dell easily pushed his skinny brother away, still talking into the receiver. "And if you phone here once again with your stupid pranks, Mickey, I'm going to come down to the Nag's Head and kick your arse into shredded duck. Goodbye." Dell slammed the phone down with a triumphant thud. "See, that's how you deal with pranksters. Show 'em you don't care." The room was completely, utterly silent. The air was thick with a new, terrifying kind of tension. "Dell," Rodney whimpered, pointing a trembling finger at the television screen in the corner. They had left the TV on, muted, tuned to the 24-hour news channel. Breaking news text was scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Breaking: BBC apologizes for game show error. Gold Rush producers confirm contestant Derek Trotter was incorrectly penalized. MR: Trotter has been contacted and has nobly donated his £50,000 winnings to charity. Dell stared at the screen. The letters seemed to burn into his retinas. "Jonathan," Dell whispered to the empty room. "He said give the 50,000 to charity. What a nice guy." Rodney fell to his knees, his gladiator helmet rolling across the cheap carpet. Raquel simply turned around and walked back into the bedroom, quietly closing the door. "Yes," Dell suddenly shouted, clapping his hands together in a desperate, horrifying display of broken psychology. He refused to accept the reality of what he had just done. He turned to Rodney with a wild, crazed grin. "Who do you people think we are, eh? We're the Trotters. And we're back. Yes, £50,000 to charity. What a tax write-off. This time next year, Rodney, we'll be millionaires." Rodney just sobbed quietly into the carpet, the plastic sword clutched in his hands, knowing that for Trotter's independent traders, the game was finally, truly over. The Peckham Phoenix, a novelization of the Trotter Chronicles. Chapter 1, The Yellow Ghost of Peckham. The yellow three-wheeled Reliant Regal then rattled through the streets of Peckham like a skeletal remains of a decade everyone else had tried to forget. On its side, the faded lettering still defiantly proclaimed, Trotter's Independent Traders, New York, Paris, Peckham. It was a lie, of course. They had been to Paris briefly. They had never been to New York, and Peckham was currently trying its best to pretend they didn't exist. Derek Delboy Trotter sat behind the wheel, his rings catching the stray glints of a London sun that looked like it had been filtered through a greasy chip wrapper. He was humming the theme tune to his own life, a melody of seasons changing and tides turning. I'll fetch the suitcase from the van, he muttered to himself, a mantra of the perpetual salesman. Beside him sat Rodney. Rodney, the graduate with 2 GCEs and a brain that was currently a chaotic blender of existential dread and marital anxiety. Rodney was looking at the dashboard as if it were a ticking bomb. "What's up with you, Rodney?" Dell asked, his voice a gravelly mix of concern and irritation. "You look like a man who's just found out his lottery ticket was for last week's draw." "I'm a bit nervous, Dell," Rodney admitted, his voice cracking slightly. "This bloke we're going to see, this Justin, he's a documentary maker, right? He's not going to be asking me anything personal about my private life." Dell swung the van around a corner with the grace of a shopping trolley in a hurricane. "Of course he ain't. We're not that private, are we? We're public figures, the Trotters of Nelson Mandela House. But what about, you know, me and Cassandra, our hiccups?" Dell rolled his eyes. "He's not going to want to know about your little problems in the bedroom department, Rodney. Though, strictly speaking, if you're having hiccups in the bedroom, you're probably doing it wrong. I told you that in confidence," Rodney hissed, his face reddening to the color of a ripe tomato. "And I'm keeping it in confidence," Dell shouted back. "I'm not going to be telling him about jiffins and what Cassandra wears. I've got more class than that, mostly." Chapter 2, The Interrogator. Justin was the kind of man who wore spectacles not because he needed them, but because they made his expensive degree look even more expensive. His office was a minimalist vacuum of white walls and overpriced Scandinavian furniture. He looked at the Trotter brothers as if they were a rare species of beetle that had accidentally crawled onto his silk tie. "Sorry to keep you waiting," Justin said, his voice dripping with the practiced sincerity of a BBC middle manager. "It's been a particularly busy morning. Now, I've got all the basic details about your business career, the watches, the bottled water, the pre-war lead soldiers. But what I'd like to do is to get an insight into the real you." Dell leaned back, crossing his legs and adjusting his tie. He felt at home. Give Del Boy an audience and a chance to rewrite history, and he was more dangerous than a shark in a tuxedo. How you started, how you became so successful, Justin continued, leaning forward. But more importantly, your lives and your raison d'etre. Del blinked. Oh, no. Laboratory Garney. I don't use that stuff. It's all natural, this hair. Rodney groaned into his hands. He means reason for being. Del. I knew that. Del snapped. I was just checking if he did. Right then, Justin. Where shall I start? Up to a few years ago, we were just very ordinary people living very ordinary lives. Weren't we, Rodney? Rodney gave a hollow laugh. Ordinary. Del, our childhood involved hiding from the rent collector behind a sofa that was technically also being repossessed. Details, details. Del waved a hand dismissively. And then, as you know, one day I discovered an historic and almost priceless artifact. A watch. A Harrison Lesser watch. Found it in the back of a garage. It was like a sign from the gods of commerce. Chapter 3, The Golden Age. For a brief, shimmering moment in the mid-90s, the Trotters had been kings. The novel of their lives had transitioned from a gritty social drama to a glossy jet-set thriller. Anyway, Del continued, his eyes glazing over with the memory of pure, unadulterated wealth. At first, we didn't know what to do with it. We thought about donating it to the British Museum as a national treasure. We really did. We felt a sense of duty to the crown. We thought about it for exactly 3 seconds. Rodney corrected. And then we decided to flog it. Del grinned. 6.5 million quid. Justin, can you imagine that? 6.5 million of the Queen's finest nuggets. We divvied the dosh up, making sure our Uncle Albert got a nice little drink, bless his old seafaring soul, and we thought of others. We donated to charity. Enormously, of course. We bought a round of drinks for the whole Mag's Head. Rodney whispered. That was our charity work. It felt like a charity. Del insisted. Have you seen the state of Trigger? He needs all the help he can get. So, eventually, we had to start thinking about our future. We sought out a city stockbroker, a man with a tie thinner than a strand of spaghetti and a brain like a calculator. He advised us to invest in a new and vibrant venture, a Central American market. Del stood up, pacing the small office. It was attracting massive funds from all over the world. We were making more money than the Royal Mint. We weren't just flat, Justin. We were ascendant. Chapter 4, The Fall of the Empire. The flashback in Del's mind was vivid. He remembered the heat of the Caribbean, the smell of expensive sun cream, and the feeling of a platinum credit card in his pocket, a card that felt like it had the power to stop the rotation of the earth if he swiped it hard enough. He remembered Raquel, his significant other, looking like a movie star In a wide-brimmed hat, he remembered young Damien, the fruit of his loins, playing on the deck of a yacht. He remembered Rodney and Cassandra, looking like they finally belonged in a world where the wine didn't come from a box. And then the music changed. It wasn't a sudden explosion. It was the sound of a phone not ringing. It was the sight of a computer screen flickering with red numbers that shouldn't have been there. She's into superstitions. The radio had been playing in the hotel lobby. Livin' La Vida Loca. It turned out, Dell said, his voice dropping an octave, that negotiations between the Central American countries had collapsed, wiped out. The market didn't just crash. It evaporated. It was like someone had pulled the plug on the ocean. We'd even paid for the hotel on a credit card. Rodney added, the ghost of the trauma still visible in his eyes. A credit card which was withdrawn while we were still at the breakfast buffet. I was halfway through a bowl of exotic fruit, and suddenly I was an international pauper. Dell nodded solemnly, but Derek Trotter is, if nothing else, a creative businessman. I came up with a solution. We had to leave. Fast. We ran, Rodney said. We literally ran for the airport while the concierge was still looking for the bill. Chapter 5. The Financial Wilderness. The return to the UK was not met with a ticker-tape parade. The news of the Trotter collapse had traveled faster than a Peckham rumor. How long did it take for the news to hit the UK? Justin asked, scribbling notes furiously. About as long as it took for someone to push a button on the internet. Dell sighed. Suddenly, all our so-called business associates wouldn't return our calls. We were cast into a financial wilderness. It was like the desert, but with more rain and less sand. And then there was Mike. Rodney reminded him. Dole's face darkened. Mike Fisher, the landlord of the Nag's Head, a man who had seen the Trotters as his ticket out of the pub trade. Mike invested his life savings in our venture, Dell explained. He actually remortgaged the pub. He's in prison now, awaiting trial. The fraud squad claims he tried to recoup his losses by embezzling the brewery. Never was a man more innocent. He confessed to everything, Dell, Rodney pointed out. He was under duress, Dell shouted. The pressure of the brewing industry is immense. The narrative shifted to the waiting room of the court. The atmosphere was thick with the smell of cheap coffee and the nervous sweat of Peckham's finest. Denzel was pacing, wearing the marble floor down. Uncle Albert was sitting there, looking like a weary old owl. Trigger was. Well, Trigger was staring at a wall, possibly having a conversation with his own shadow. Trig, if I go in there and tell the truth, Denzel had said, Dell and Rodney are going to be spending the next 5 years sharpening Jeffrey Archer's pencils. I'm going to tell them I hear voices. Trigger had replied, with the terrifying sincerity of the truly confused. Chapter 6. The Wrong Side of the Grave. The funeral of Uncle Albert should have been a moment of dignified sorrow. Instead, it was a master class in Trotter-esque absurdity. The family stood in the biting cold of a coastal cemetery. Dell was genuinely heartbroken. Albert had been their anchor, the man who had survived the Battle of the Baltic only to be nearly killed by those cooking. "I feel bad," Dell whispered to Rodney as they stood by the grave. "Leaving him here on his own while we were off globe-trotting. We should have taken him to Barbados." "He didn't have a passport, Dell," Rodney reminded him. "He thought the Germans were still looking for him." They stood amongst a group of strangers. A woman named Marion was crying. A man named Roland was complaining about Albert's wartime sagas. "God, he did go on, didn't he?" Roland sneered. "Never bloody stopped. The John Wayne of the East End." Dill's blood began to simmer. It reached boiling point. He stepped forward, his eyes blazing. "You got to remember that a lot of blokes lost their lives for our liberty, just so that 50 years later, prats like you would have the freedom to knock them. You want to go outside and have a chat, Roland?" "Calm down, Dell," Rodney pleaded. It was only when the young boy, Damien, looked up at a passing plane and asked if it was a Spitfire that the reality hit them. "Wait a minute," Dell said, looking at the headstone. "Bunny. Why did you call him Bunny?" "Because his surname was Warren," Roland said. "Albert Warren. Raff." The silence that followed was heavy. "Rodney," Dell whispered, his face turning ashen. "We're at the wrong funeral." "Oh, let's go," Rodney hissed, grabbing Dell's arm. They fled the cemetery like grave robbers who had forgotten their shovels. Chapter 7, The Phoenix Arises, sort of. Back in Nelson Mandela House, the grandeur of the millionaire years felt like a dream someone else had had. The flat was cramped, the wallpaper was peeling, and the Inland Revenue was knocking on the door with the persistence of a woodpecker on a metal pole. "The court declared me bankrupt," Dell announced to the family. "But don't worry. I've worked it all out. I'm a trader. I could sell rice to the Chinese." "The firm's been liquidized, Dell," Rodney said, sitting at the kitchen table. "Disqualified," Dell corrected. "I've been disqualified from running it. That doesn't mean the company is dead. We just need a new managing director. Someone young. Someone enthusiastic. Someone with to GCEs." Rodney looked up, a glimmer of hope or madness in his eyes. "Me." "Yes, you, Rodney. You can take over Trotter's independent traders. Legally, there's nothing to stop you. You're clean, mostly." And so, the new era began. Rodney Trotter, managing director. Dell took a back seat, or rather, he sat in the front seat and shouted directions while Rodney tried to drive. They were back in business. They were trading again. The goal, 48,750 for pounds. That was the debt. That was the mountain they had to climb. Chapter 8, The Golden Ticket. The idea for Gold Rush came to Dell like a divine revelation during a late-night session of channel hopping. "It's a game show, Rodney," Dell shouted, bursting into the living room. "Jonathan Ross, you can win 100,000 quid. It's the fastest game show on TV." "Dell, you think King Edward introduced the potato to England?" Rodney said flatly. "I didn't hear the question properly," Dell insisted. "I've worked it out. I'm going to apply. This time next year, we'll be millionaires. Again. This time last week we were millionaires," Cassandra pointed out from the kitchen. But Dell was already filling out the form. He wasn't just a bankrupt salesman from Peckham anymore. In his mind, he was a Renaissance man, a lover of fine wines, the theater, and 16th century Italian art. He was Derek Trotter, and the world hadn't seen the last of him. Chapter 9, The Brunei Connection. The telephone in the Trotter household was a fickle instrument. Sometimes it brought news of a consignment of hooky VCers. Other times, it was just the electric company wondering if Dell intended to pay his bill within the current century. One evening, as Rodney was trying to maintain a facade of managing director gravitas, the phone rang. "Trotter's Independent Traders. How may I help you?" Rodney said, his voice an octave deeper than usual. "Good evening," a voice responded, accented and dripping with importance. "I am wishing to speak with managing director." "This is he," Rodney said, puffing out his chest. "My name is Rodney Trotter. I am representative of the Sultan of Brunei," the voice continued. Rodney's heart did a little tap dance against his ribs. He looked at Dell, who was currently trying to clean a fake Rolex with a bit of spit and a rag. "Dell, it's the Sultan of Brunei." Dell stopped rubbing the watch. "Yeah, and I'm the Pope's golf partner. Give it here." But Rodney was already hooked. "How may I be of assistance, sir?" "His Highness has seen your advertisement in the newspaper. He would like you to fly to Brunei and be his consultant." Rodney's eyes glazed over. He could see it now. Gold-plated yachts, silk robes, and a world where duty-free wasn't just a suggestion. Consultant. On what, specifically? Recently, the voice said, suppressed laughter starting to bubble through the accent, His Highness bought a crappy old three-wheeled van, and he wants to know how to start it on cold mornings. The line exploded into the unmistakable, high-pitched cackle of Nicky Pierce. Rodney slammed the phone down. I knew it was him. I was just winding him up. Dell shook his head. "Rodney, you're about as good at winding people up as a sundial in a coal cellar. Get back to your paperwork." Chapter 10, Fantasy Therapy. Rodney's marriage to Cassandra was, in his own words, a series of minor hiccups in the bedroom department. To address this, Rodney had turned to the modern equivalent of a witch doctor, a lifestyle magazine. "It's called Fantasy Therapy, Cass," Rodney explained that night, his voice hushed. This expert in America says our troubles stem from memory baggage. We need to become different people, reborn. Cassandra looked at him over the top of her book. Different people. Do I get to be someone who lives in a house without a yellow vent parked outside? No, it's about iconoclastic autosuggestion. Rodney insisted. We write down our fantasy figure, and for one night, the other person becomes that figure. No dressing up required. It's all in the mind. All right, Cassandra sighed. I'll try anything to stop you talking about memory baggage. They wrote down their choices. Cassandra handed her slip to Rodney. He opened it and blinked. The bill. You want me to be a copper? Just a position of authority, Rodney, she said, a mischievous glint in her eye. Rodney's own fantasy involved a certain gladiator, or maybe a heroic figure from a film he'd seen recently. He didn't say it, but he had a plan. The next evening, the plan went horribly wrong. Dell burst into the flat to find Cassandra dressed in a full policewoman's uniform, complete with a baton and a look of professional disapproval. Rodney, on the other hand, was standing there in a leather tunic, looking like he'd been rejected from a low-budget production of Spartacus. Oh, my God, Dell shouted, nearly dropping his bag of takeaway. I thought we were being raided. Cassandra, I didn't know you'd joined the force. And Rodney, what are you? A Roman centurion with a vitamin D deficiency. It's a fancy dress party. Dell, Rodney yelled, his face turning a shade of purple that matched his tunic. We're going to a party. My ex-boss at the bank invited us. At 5:30, Dell asked, skeptical, a bit early for a rave, isn't it? It's an early party for people who have to be up for work. Rodney grabbed Cassandra's arm. Come on, Reg Hollis, let's go before he starts asking for our badges. Chapter 11, The Lights of Gold Rush. The BBC television studios were a labyrinth of cables, tired security guards, and the smell of industrial-grade hairspray. Dell stood in the wings of the Gold Rush set, adjusting his suit. He told the producers he was a connoisseur of the arts. He told them his hobbies included fine wines and 16th century Italian Renaissance art. In reality, his knowledge of fine wine stopped at anything that didn't have a screw top, and the only Renaissance art he owned was a framed picture of a crying boy that he'd bought at a car boot sale in 1984. Welcome to another edition of the show that is taking the country by storm. The voice of Jonathan Ross boomed through the speakers. This is Thursday. This is live. This is Jonathan Ross, and this is Gold Rush. Dell stepped onto the stage, his smile fixed, his rings gleaming under the studio lights. Beside him were his competitors, Mike Wallace, a financial advisor who looked like he'd swallowed a lemon, and Janice Scott, who seemed genuinely terrified of the cameras. And finally, Ross announced, "We have Derek Trotter from Peckham." Derek is a businessman who lives with Raquel, his significant other. His pastimes include fine wines, the theater, and 16th century Italian Renaissance art. Dell gave a thumbs up. Lovely jubbly. Jonathan, just happy to be here for the culture, you know. Chapter 12, The Rainbow Road. The game began with a flurry of questions. Dell's finger was poised over the buzzer like a predator waiting for a slow-moving gazelle. Whose famous diary recorded the plague and the Great Fire of London? Ross asked. Dell hit the buzzer. Mrs. Dale's. The studio went silent. Ross blinked. Nice try, Dell, but I'm afraid that's not right. You're frozen now. Eventually, through a series of fluke errors by his opponents, Dell found himself as the first challenger on the Rainbow Road. He stood in the center of the stage, a 1-pound coin clutched in his hand, his guaranteed prize. Whatever else happens, that's yours, Ross said. Just make sure it ain't Irish, eh? Dell quipped, winking at the camera. He breezed through the early rounds. He knew Kilimanjaro was in Africa mostly because he'd once tried to sell a crate of T-shirts with the mountain printed on the wrong side. He survived a challenge from Janice. The money climbed. 10,000, 25,000. And then the green question. In which state was President Kennedy born? Dell hesitated. He remembered the news footage. He remembered the tragedy. Well, when he was assassinated in 1963, he was in a terrible state. He died. I need the name of the state. Dell, Ross urged. Texas, Florida, or California? Dell sweated. He used his shot in the dark. Florida, he shouted. No, Ross sighed. It was Texas. But you played your shot, so you're still in the game for the penalty question. Chapter 13, The Ravel Debacle. The penalty question was worth 50,000 pounds. If Dell got it right, he'd move to the final gold question for 100,000. Which classical guitarist wrote the opera The Child and the Enchantment? Was it Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo? Dell's brain stalled. Classical music. He was a man of the people. He liked the theme from Z Cars and anything by Tom Jones. He needed his SOS. He needed his brother. My brother, Rodney, Dell said, he's a graduate to GCEs. He knows his classics. Back in the flat, the phone rang. Rodney, still in his Spartacus tunic, answered it. Hello, Rodney. It's Jonathan Ross. Oh, piss off, Mickey. You're getting on my tits now. Rodney yelled. Rodney, it's not Mickey. It's the BBC. Your brother is on 50 grand. Realization hit Rodney like a bucket of cold water. He listened to the question. Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo? Ravel. Rodney shouted into the phone. I'm 100% sure, Dell, it's Ravel. Dell, back in the studio, looked at the camera with the confidence of a man who had just been handed the keys to the Bank of England. It's Ravel Jonathan. My brother knows. He's got the brains in the family. Are you sure, Derek? Ross asked. You don't have to take his answer. No, no. Rodney's spot on. Ravel. The buzzer sounded a long, agonizing drone of failure. Derek, Ross said, his voice filled with genuine pity. That was the wrong answer. It was Segovia. Bill's face fell. The 100,000 pounds vanished into the ether. What? But Rodney said he's got to GCEs. Chapter 14, The Return of the Conqueror Not. The journey back to Peckham was long and silent. Dell walked through the door of the flat to find Rodney and Cassandra waiting, still dressed as a gladiator and a policewoman. What happened? Rodney asked, his voice small. What happened? Dell exploded. What happened is that you're a dipstick, Rodney. That's what happened. Everyone knows that Ravel makes shoes. It was a trick question, and you fell for it. Shoes? Rodney stammered. Ravel wrote Bolero. I don't care if he wrote the Bible. He makes shoes in the Peckham High Street. You lost us 50 grand. The argument raged until the phone rang again. It was the producer of Gold Rush. Hello. Yes, this is Derek Trotter. What? No, really. Dell turned to the room, his eyes wide. There's been a mistake. The producer says it was Ravel. Segovia was just the guitarist who performed it or something. They've checked the facts. I can have the 50,000 pounds and come back on the show next week. The room erupted. Rodney cheered. Raquel cried. Even Cassandra hugged her prisoner. See, Dell shouted, his voice reaching a crescendo of triumph. I knew I was right. I knew the Trotters were back. He grabbed the phone again. Yeah. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. Give all the money to charity. Yeah. And if you phone here once again, I'm going to come down there and kick your arse into shredded duck. He slammed the phone down. Dell, Rodney screamed. What did you do that for? Because, Dell said, a sly grin spreading across his face, that wasn't the producer. I could hear the jukebox at the Nag's Head. That was Mickey Pierce again. He sat down, exhausted but undefeated. Don't worry, Rodney. This time next year, we'll be millionaires. And in the heart of Peckham, for the 1,000th time, they almost believed him. Chapter 15, The Morning After the Morning After. The following morning, Nelson Mandela House felt like the setting of a hungover Greek tragedy. The adrenaline of the gold rush debacle had dissipated, leaving only the cold reality of the Inland Revenue's interest rates and the lingering smell of Raquel's burnt toast. Dell sat at the kitchen table, nursing a cup of tea that was mostly condensed milk and desperation. He was staring at a pile of bills as if he could intimidate them into paying themselves. Rodney, Dell barked as his brother shuffled into the kitchen, looking like a man who had spent the night sleeping in a tumble dryer. Where's the inventory for the new stock? Rodney groaned, rubbing his eyes. Del, it's 8 in the morning. And technically, since I'm the managing director, shouldn't I be asking you for that? Del let out a short, sharp laugh. Managing director. Rodney, you're the only managing director in London who still gets an allowance from his older brother. Now, where is it? It's in the van. Rodney sighed. But it's mostly those unbreakable umbrellas we bought from Boyke. I tried one this morning. It snapped the second a light breeze hit it. Del didn't look up. That's because you don't know the technique. Rodney, you have to open them with finesse. They're not umbrellas. They're aerodynamic sunshades. It's all in the marketing. Raquel entered, Damien trailing behind her. The boy was wearing a t-shirt that said Future Millionaire, a gift from Del that currently felt like a cruel joke. Del, we've had another letter from the council, Raquel said, her voice weary. They're asking about the arrears again. Del stood up, smoothing his waistcoat. Don't you worry about the council. Sweetheart, I've got a meeting this afternoon with a very influential business associate. Top-level stuff. Is it Trigger? Rodney asked, deadpan. Del paused, his hand on the door handle. He might be in the vicinity. Yes, but that's irrelevant. We are the Trotters. We've been down before, but we always bounce back. Like those rubber balls that never stop. They're called super balls. Del, Rodney corrected. And eventually, they hit some